Hi, there is a question about entering some answers in my math lab. You can get a lot of this help by clicking on the question mark at the bottom right-hand side of the screen, and you have to dig a little bit for it sometimes, but that should help you out quite a bit on it. When I click in the box, this palette shows up at the bottom of the screen. This is how you enter things like fractions, mixed numbers, exponents, absolute value, square roots, roots that aren't square, subscripts like in geometric or arithmetic sequences, um, ordered pairs, and the plus or minus symbol that we sometimes use for quadratic formulas. You can click more and you'll see every other possibility that you might sometimes enter in math, including the multiplication symbol, the letter E, which we'll use in finance, symbols that we used when we did set theory earlier in the year, common other things for angle measurements, some stuff for calculus and other things. Most of what we'll need though is just right here. So the answer to this is the square is going to be two fractions. So the first thing I do is I click the fraction button to get this. My top fraction is negative 13 plus the square root, so I hit the square root key like this, and you'll see there's a little space under the radical sign for me to enter my radicand. The square root of 141 divided by 2, comma, and then the second answer is, again, it's another fraction, I put in the fraction bar, negative 13 minus the square root of 141 divided by 2. So use the buttons at the bottom to help you do things like that. If I were entering x squared, I would type in my x first. Probably not going to let me enter that right now. Let me see. Come on. There we go. Type in my x first, and then hit this button, and then it will show where the exponent goes. So there we have x, whoops, that's x cubed, x squared. That's not part of this answer though. So use this toolbar palette at the bottom to enter fractions, exponents, stuff like that. You can also enter fractions other ways, but this is probably the simplest, especially as you're first learning how to do this. And then when you click check answer, you will hopefully see that it's well done, as this one was. Yay! So just to double check, I did another one. And it will also let you use the plus or minus key for quadratics, so you don't have to enter two separate ones if you don't want to. So this is negative 9 plus the square root of 77 over 2, negative 9 minus the square root of 77 over 2. So you can either enter two different ones, or you can use the plus and minus key, plus and minus sign, which is one of those keys in the tool palette. So let me show you that tool palette again. Plus and minus sign is right here. You'll use that if you want to. You don't have to. When we enter fractions, I will end with this. You could also use the slash key on your keyboard. So if I want to enter the fraction 2/3, I could type on my keyboard 2 slash forward slash, the one right next to the shift key, 3. So that is quicker than using the toolbar. So that'll work too. If you have questions, please let me know. Please be as specific with the question with the problem as possible, so I can find it quickly. Your questions are sometimes scrambled, so what is number 7 for you might not be number 7 for somebody else.